We are back, mate. We didn't do it last week, so I missed you, but it's episode 16, buddy. So we are back in action in the studio.
We are back, mate. And
Face
I
to
nearly
face.
smashed my face into the microphone then because I haven't had a microphone in front of me for the best part of 6 months. Hey? Far out.
But how good is it face to face?
Mate, it's so different because it felt like, and hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
It felt like as much as what we've been doing is fun, right? We've had great enjoyment out of it. Doing it over a laptop, it feels more like an interviewee sort of podcast
And you don't
rather
know-
than having just general conversation and be able to read those non-verbal cues where we can interact with each other.
Yeah, or or you jump in and you cut someone off and you answer too quick or they answer too late. You think,
Yeah.
do I say something now? You
Yeah.
think, and then missed it.
Yeah, and then you have that split second where you talk over each other and nothing comes through on the. Yeah, it's just it's so hard. It's really hard, but I'm friggin' psyched to be back in here.
Yeah, no, I'm happy.
I tell you what, doesn't it look great? It looks great out there. Looks great, and I'm sure for you, Daz, it's been great this past week to have some of the kids back in.
Yeah, we've had a great response to kids coming back. They put the effort in. Yeah, they're all probably a bit behind where they were beforehand, but
they would be.
But they haven't allowed that to hold them back.
Yeah,
they've let us pushing. We've shocked their bodies, we've calmed their, but we've done a lot with their bodies in the hour.
Yeah,
but mate, it's been great. A lot of kids. I'm tired. It's like I've gone from a 0 to 100 in a Datsun 200B, not a Ferrari. So the body's just saying, mate, how have I done this? But
you're rattling down the freeway right now, eh?
Yeah, and trying to go as hard as I can, mate. It's just but it's been an absolute joy, mate. But I'm excited. But for the business, it's a long way to go. But just having kids back in and the support we've had, wow, it's amazing, mate. So
it's awesome that people are getting back behind it.
Goosebumps.
Isn't that amazing? So after 6 months of next to nothing, you're able to open the doors in a limited capacity, of course, and obviously, sticking with protocols and whatnot. Sure. And unfortunately, parents probably can't actually get into the facility and watch their young ones train and push themselves. But it's still great, isn't it? In that respect, just the concept of it all, getting these young athletes through the door, getting them working, a bit of structure back into their lives, a little bit of physical activity, exercise, mental engagement in a different way than probably what they've had over the last 6 months. Hey, there's nothing but positives out of it, is there? Really? I mean, I feel for the parents a little bit, probably missing out, but they've been with them for 6 months. They're probably enjoying being outside in the car or, for an hour or so, just nicking off and having some alone time. I don't know.
No, I'll be fair. We love parents coming in. Yeah. And this is no disrespect to the parents.
No.
But the kids walk in, he's giving them a chance to be on their own 2 feet.
Yeah.
Not mum and dad, come on, you'll be right. And these kids walk in and straight away they're engaged with each other.
Yeah.
So it's actually a good social thing. We talk about the social, mental, physical.
Yeah, with Cam last week.
Yeah, we're covering all 3 categories. And when the parents come in, they sort of hold them at night intentionally. They try and make sure, are you okay? And
it's a different social dynamic.
Absolutely different. And these kids have to on their own 2 feet. And it's great. And I just think that's just changed the whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
And the kids and the parents have been amazing at the car park. It's just waiting and supporting. But it's just, I can't explain it. In COVID, we're down and out and think, where are we at? But I'm seeing a lot of positives because it's different because we're very appreciative of what we have now.
Yeah.
We put more effort into what we do because what we lost, we missed it. And we probably appreciate the fact that we don't have it anymore. So now we've got it back.
Yep.
Let's give it all we got.
Yeah, I get you. Absolutely.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Great.
It'd be a real... I know I've spoken with you maybe once or twice this week because you have been busy, but you've been up and about. Different version of you this week.
Yes, I feel fresh. I feel good. I was tired. Thursday I was absolutely done.
Yeah.
But in a good way, not where I'm normally bodily done. I'm mentally done. I was just tired from the body, but ready to go next day. Waking up every morning, I'm wide awake. We're doing morning sessions with some individuals. We're doing the group sessions at night. I'm running the schools, organising the business, but I've enjoyed every aspect of it, even while tired.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Bit of back to normality. Normal, but, yeah. No, it's awesome.
More change to come, but, it's been good, mate.
Yeah, excellent. That's fantastic.
And what about you, mate? How's it all? What's going on with you? What's your new job?
New job.
You're a couple of weeks in now.
Oh, am I 4 or 5 weeks in? I can't.
About 4 weeks, I'd say.
Oh, it's been a whirlwind last couple of weeks. Incredibly busy. I'm on a very steep learning curve. I haven't learnt this much in quite some time,
Right.
I'd say. And I got to 4 o'clock Thursday. I was absolutely mentally stuffed. And yesterday it was a struggle to stay with it mentally. I've just had our team, our business has had so much going. Yeah, it's good.
Are you happy?
I'm happy. I'm happy. Happier than what I was doing.
So, but I was understanding that you're going to clean yourself up.
I haven't, have I?
I'm just noticing it. That,
there'll be comments, I'm sure, after this. Big Dog will be into me, I'm sure.
Well, he had Big Dog here last night.
Did you really?
Yeah, she went well. She's a little girl, that one. But it was good to see him.
Yeah.
But I can't see your headphones, mate. So what's going on? The jungle is we need to cut it back, mate. Do you want me to do it for you later? I've done mine today.
Look, I'll be honest. I've been really hesitant. Is hesitant the word? I think I was hesitant.
Just so you know, hesitant is a word.
Yeah, hesitant is probably the word. I just felt awkward in my own mind about sitting in the barbers.
Oh, wow. That's fair.
Maybe I've acclimatized a little too well or too much to COVID normal or whatever that was, where you sort of, self-care sort of fell by the wayside. But I can tell you this categorically, I do have a hair appointment scheduled this coming Tuesday. So by the time we roll in here next week, I should be looking in a bit better shape, mate.
That's a funny. I love it. You're a good-looking species, mate. So
jeez, you're too kind.
I'll look after, mate. I'll pick your ears if you need to.
Yeah.
So what's going to be our focus today? We've spoken about a lot of stuff. We're back. What are we going to talk about?
I just want to elaborate a little bit more on the kids coming back, our young athletes coming back. It's great that they're back in here. We've had some discussions probably at a rep level around what it sort of looks like going forward into the new year, and I think there's still a lot of water to go under the bridge, and probably a lot of people are probably getting a little bit impatient as well, because you can probably see on social media and whatnot, some clubs are looking to or have been doing different little things, usually in an outdoor sort of setting where they have the luxury of doing something outdoor for whatever reason, non-competitive and all that sort of stuff. I don't think there's been a clear directive yet, and I think Basketball Victoria and the government are hopefully working through a lot of the finer details around how the next 2021 season would look for a lot of junior rep and things like that. So there should be something that comes out soon that hopefully confirms tryouts for many different clubs and whatnot. And look, the tryouts could be very different to what they have in the past. There could be numbers limited on different courts, no parents allowed in facilities, all that sort of thing. So I just want to stress to the young kids and the parents, just bear with it for now, and probably just be willing to embrace and accept a little bit, or be open-minded around how different it could be over, the next month or so leading into the new year. And also potentially when competition does start back, that could be a bit different as well in terms of facilities and limiting people inside of facilities at, on game nights and things like that. We don't know how that's all going to look. So yeah, it could be a bit different, but yeah, just embrace a little bit of change there. I think that's my feeling, but yeah, just be patient for now, because a lot of clubs just don't have the luxury of, having an outdoor sort of space to get kids back as well at the moment. I know we've spoken about it where I am with Melbourne. There's a lot of things to sort of pass under the bridge, and you're waiting on facilities to get A-OK, to have you back in there as well. So there's so many different tangibles that clubs have to worry about right now.
And that's what I think, the hard thing is some schools aren't releasing their facilities.
Yeah, schools as well. That's right. They're very cautious.
I heard it, I don't say the figure, but there's a rumor is that, if COVID comes into their school place, you got to shut them down, clean it up, and it's a massive fee.
Yeah. And
it's not made us just sit there, well, let's just have a COVID fee every time we get COVID.
No.
Like here, I'm worried if I get shut down from a COVID outbreak, what happens to us? We've got to pay for it. We've got to clean it, but then how long we shut down for?
Yeah.
Schools can't afford that because, they've got kids back to, face-to-face learning. Facility availability is just hard for basketball. I think it's probably one of the hardest sports to get back.
Yeah.
Because the way, you can enter, leave, and how many have in a certain space.
Yeah.
There's some have got divided space, some have an open space.
Yeah. That's right.
And the clarity on, what you can actually have under the one roof, and if you've got divided space, what's the number?
Yeah.
What's the spacing per square meter?
Yeah.
Mate, I feel for anyone who's doing that right now.
Yeah, it's an absolute
We've done,
head case.
we
to
could have
figure
20 here. We've done 8.
Yep.
So I'm guaranteeing I'm always under the number.
Mm.
If a kids walk in for the next session and the crossover's there, I'm always under.
Yep.
Parents aren't coming in, we're always under.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about counting every 5 minutes.
Yep. Yep.
And looking at per square meter space.
Yep.
So I'm hurting that way. I'm still embracing what we have. I got 8 kids. It's great. And that's what we're doing because of I don't have to worry about counting.
Yeah.
You know, I went to the bowling club of down, you know, my little local, which I love having a beer down there.
Anywhere for you.
Oh,
You'd be a frequent into these local venues.
I've had a few beers in the last 7, more than having COVID, mate. So Daz is primed up, mate. I'm a bit tired from last night too, by the way. There was a little bit. I went for one, and then there was another one, and then I don't know. I was still there for a couple of hours. I don't know what I was doing.
Gee, lucky I brought you that coffee, eh?
Well, no one's home. So Kaz doing something. The kids, I said, you know, Kaz, I must go down just a fresh one, and it just kept being a fresh one. So. It was good, but you know they're working, but they're counting at the same time.
Yeah.
So they're not. So the focus is gone. What you're actually good at, what you do, you can't do.
Yeah.
It's just tough. So
yeah.
And I know that we've all got our issues about what hasn't happened and the reasons why it did happen and who's at fault. You know, I'll go over that and stress. It is what it is now. We are where we're at. Bad saying. We always
don't say it is what it is.
Yes. Okay.
Come on. Elaborate with us, please.
Erase that one.
Yeah.
But I just think that we just need to say, well, you know what? The situation we're in, we are getting forward. We are getting those big steps. Other countries.
Oh, Europe and United States right now, my gosh.
I'm just glad that we're down to 0. I'm glad that now we're out and about and we can actually get more out and about. Yes, it's been hard.
Yeah.
I did a post yesterday about, you know, there's challenges in our life. There's things that will hurt us or break us, but you know, we've got strength, we've got courage. We'll find a way out.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the same? Let's just get back into it.
Oh, exactly right, mate. Yeah. So, yeah, I think just be willing to accept it. It's going to look different. It's going to feel different. And just be as patient as you can because there's so many different things that have to be considered.
I wouldn't want to be the person running a club right now.
Oh, incredibly difficult. God, no.
You know, what you got to worry about, you know, the domestic clubs have more volunteers. You know, the rep clubs have got probably some paid people. You know, that's their role and responsibility. But we're asking volunteers to do things that they've never been done before.
Yeah.
They've never been taught before. And the liability on that in itself, I think it's concerning.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you liable for?
Oh, and it just takes one thing, doesn't it? It could just take one thing you just hadn't thought about or you had no idea or never possibly considered it could bring you undone. And it's, that's the real worry.
Well, just think, you know, you've got 10 on the court now. Okay, they allow that, say. You got your coaching team, imagine no parents.
Yeah.
So there's an injury.
Yeah.
So what happens?
How do you manage that?
Kid goes to the toilet. Who's watching the kids? Depending on the age.
Well, yeah.
So the coach is no longer a coach.
Yeah, it's ultimate sort of care.
And they're worried about spacing. They're worried about the measures in place.
Yeah.
The team manager's got to do what team manager can do. Yeah. 2 injuries.
Yeah.
We've got to now call mum and dad. We'll go, what happens? They're not there. How long do we hold them for? Do we say, we meet you at the front? It could be such a hard drain task that I wouldn't be surprised if volunteers step back.
Yeah, that's right.
Mate.
Just because of the complexity of being a volunteer, you're all of a sudden wearing so many different hats, aren't you? That you probably would never consider yourself having to do before.
It's like, and I won't go into a thing when there's been certain questions been asked to us, which you think we're all in this situation together. There's sort of questions you don't think would be asked. It's like pressure. You know, parents don't realize that we're following the rules and regulations of the government.
Yeah,
right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It's the rules. People don't respect that. You've got to follow that. So they take it out on you. Mind you, no one said I'm here to a level because I'll give it back to them. but what it is that they just sort of start the question. You think you know where it's going. Yeah. You just got to nip it in the bud. I'm lucky that I haven't had people that have tried to push back. You know, but I'll be going to be a volunteer. I ain't going to cop a barrage of someone who thinks that they want to be bigger and greater than the community because they want. The rules aren't being set by us. We've got to follow the rules we've been giving. Like here, you can't come in unless you're a kid. Yeah. If you're 13, you got to wear a mask coming in until you train. Yeah. If you can't do that, I can't let you in. Yep. You know, and if you book a spot, I can't give you a refund unless it's a medical condition because I'm losing spots, I'm losing money. So we're trying to do it. Yeah. You know, weekly. We're just doing these things. Yeah. But we're doing countermeasures that we don't want to do. We're uncomfortable doing, but we have to do. Yeah. I don't want to do it this way. So I just hope we'd be a bit more patient on the volunteers. Yeah. The coaches. And be a bit more understanding that they're carrying more of a role than they're actually responsible for. Yeah, absolutely. Does that make sense? No, that makes sense. So can we talk about football for a sec? You know, I love me footy. Well,
Tigers,
congratulations
2020
again.
premiers,
well,
back to back. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, I was going to say, don't live in the past, mate.
Oh,
That's
that's
come and gone, mate. It's
we
gone.
can
That's-
enjoy it until
No, no,
2021 rolls around, eh?
It's all about moving forward. The trades are in, whole new landscape, whole new season. That's behind us now, mate. It's gone. You've enjoyed your celebrations.
Oh,
Take
mate,
off.
I did enjoy celebration. I will say that my family, we definitely did. Poor mum, she's a Geelong supporter.
Oh, really?
I feel
You
sorry
serious?
for mum a little bit, but she's seen a couple now, so she
good.
can't be too greedy.
Well, I was happy. I got money on the win and the Dustin getting the medal. So I had a bit of a little wager during the game, and
just on Dusty.
yes,
I know we don't want to. We're looking
the
forward, but we
past.
don't look back. He's a phenomenal athlete, isn't he? Surely. Now I'm one-eyed. Being a Richmond supporter, so probably someone who's not a Richmond supporter. I'd love to hear what you have to
Yeah,
what
I
you
love
think
that.
about Dustin Martin.
I always say about players, you're a blue collar player and a white collar player.
Yeah.
He's a blue collar mate. He gets his hands dirty. He's on the production line. He makes sure he gets things happening.
Yep.
He gets his hands in there. He doesn't sit back and go, oh, I'll get the I'm a receiver, or get me the, make me look good. He gets in there and he puts his body on the line. He'll lead when he needs to lead.
Yeah.
He knows when to hold back. He knows when to he just knows when to do it.
Yeah.
It's just tough.
Yeah.
Gritty.
Yeah.
Skills wise, he's got skill.
Yeah.
But he's not necessarily polished, but he's just got that.
Yep.
It's a hard yards, mate. He does the hard yards.
Yeah.
And every team should have those players. I'd have 10 of them in a basketball team.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 10 blue collar workers than 10 white collar workers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And it's those blue collar guys, I think they see the game within the game.
Well, they understand that what happens on the floor.
Yeah.
Like when I was a Sparky electrician, and we used to go, work on breakdowns.
Yep.
I never asked management what the problem was. I asked to go on the production line.
Yeah.
They were they made my job easy because they understood the machine,
Yeah.
how to operate, what it didn't do. The white collars had no idea, mate. It's a machine. It produces X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
It's all about numbers. These guys actually know it because it's their little
how it
baby.
works.
So I speak to them. They give me a concept, and I start fault finding.
Yeah.
Blue collar works, mate. They're the most important part of any organization.
Yeah, exactly. No, great point. So we talk about, again, just whilst we're briefly on this, we talk about
We still talking about
moments. Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
These great players, they go, they just realize these moments. They have moments, isn't it? Just step up in the big moments, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. That they're not worried about the 80, 100,000 people around them.
No, they're in the moment.
Yeah, they don't get held back by the outside noise.
Yeah.
They don't see it. They don't hear it.
Yeah.
They see that ball. They see their teammate. They do what they got to do. The out noise. They don't sit. They don't let the outside noise do anything for them. They just do what they do naturally.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Amazing to watch. Yeah.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I was like that once. Not.
You definitely would have been blue collar.
Yeah, my dream, mate. Yeah. Mate, just give me the ball, shoot it, mate. I don't play defense. You'll be right.
Big Dog will be into me soon. You'll be saying you were a white collar, Ben said.
He was actually having a show about you the other day, and it was all. He was giving you a lot of stick, mate. It's good.
There's a lot of stick.
I was going to record it, but I thought, no, we'll play it one day.
Never anything positive from that guy for me.
What we're going to do?
I don't know what I did wrong, Big Dog.
We'll call him. We're going to call him one day,
Yeah, we'll get him on you one day out of the blue.
and we'll see what he's going to say.
That could be dangerous.
Yeah, well, we might bleep a few things, but it'll be fine. Hey, question for you. I don't know. I don't know if I'm
So
right to say.
we're on AFL still, aren't we?
Yeah,
So we're
we're
going to talk
yeah.
about looking forward.
Yeah, sport. So yeah, because that's the past now. Richmond's the past. The doggies are going to be the favourites. No, trade week, all that stuff. What I'm getting frustrated now is how can a player
Bombshell week.
walk into a club and say, I'm under contract, I don't want to play for you anymore. Trade me. Yeah, you want the money, you want the contract, you want the backing, you want the support, but then you put demands in, you say, well, if I don't get the trade,
I'm not playing.
I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Can you forget the reasons why? I don't have to name names. We know we probably know who the main problem. How can you do that, and then you can actually bully
your employer?
What about your members?
Your clubs, your members, your coach who's stuck by you and you probably have a relationship with.
But the members wear your number on their back. The memberships, I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of sales because of your name. Your members have followed you, support you, and without the members, you will get nowhere. There is no money.
Yeah.
Let alone what the coach can do and the club does. And I understand there can be a breakdown in relationships.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
Like I understand there could be but at the end of the day, mate, you play for your club, you represent your club, you sign a contract.
Yeah.
So the question is, do contracts exist anymore?
Yes, they do. They do. They exist to a certain extent.
Can they be broken?
Oh, clearly they can
So
be.
why have a contract?
We're talking about maybe the 5% that move, though, don't we?
5%.
The 5% of guys that move for X, Y reasons. The only reason I can legitimately think of where you can break a contract is if there is an extenuating circumstance, like a family member who you're close with, like mum or dad or someone like that, who is
Health issues. All that
health
stuff.
issues, and you need to get,
Exceptions.
you need to be close to home. That is the exception to the rule, I would say.
All right. So they normally have that covered, which might make
You would
sense.
think so.
If I walk into you right now and said, Aaron, I don't want to play this club anymore.
Yeah.
Just don't want to.
You'd be pretty dirty.
Because I'm looking for something. 'Cause you know what? I'm maybe chasing a flag.
Yeah.
I'm chasing this.
Yeah.
So what are we teaching? So the 5% are probably the most important percent because they're the kids look up to those 5% because they're normally names. So,
Well, they are usually big names.
so the 5% is actually not that number. It's actually far greater if you look at the impact that has.
the impact, yep.
So what are we teaching kids?
That you don't have an obligation or you're not accountable or responsible for
Or
what you've agreed to.
there's another word, loyalty.
That's a deeper word.
Loyalty.
That's a big word.
I'm going to tell you something, mate. I'm going to go on this
On
one
a
now.
tangent, you're going to go off.
So
there.
Geelong,
All right.
Geelong United basketball club.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to think about Geelong
Their
United.
kids come to and help support their club with numbers from the metro area. to
Geelong
help-
Metro.
so
Sorry.
Geelong
Yep.
Supercats at the time.
Yep.
Was at the time strong numbers, so kids from Metro would go and play for Geelong because they allowed them to come in.
Okay.
So when they merged, they still allowed some of those players to play under the Geelong United banner.
All right.
This year they said no one from Metro is now welcome to try out at Geelong United. So the Metro kids that were part of the Geelong family that represented that club
Yeah.
are no longer part of that program for no fault of their own
Because they live far away.
because they're in the metro area. So they've said we're only going to use regional players only. So the rule, I get the rule, but the kid's been there for a couple of years helping that club. Keep them as classified as the homegrown, but do not take Metro ongoing. So moving forward, but the ones that helped you keep that club together, they've just been
Far out. I feel sorry for the young athletes, the kids here
they've been abandoned.
who have friends.
Made great relationships and actually loved being there. Loved it. And we're told you cannot try out for this club because you live in Metro now. Yet I get it if it was a new
That's
player.
rubbish, isn't it? That is rubbish.
Well, I could have written multiple emails, but
Oh.
I bit my tongue multiple times because you know what? If that's what they are, that's what they are. But loyalty. Speechless?
I am. Oh, clear. I don't have words for it. That's rubbish.
Yeah.
You can't have young kids who have been in your program. You know, they have relationships with coaches and friends who are players, and say no, because you live outside of 30 kilometers or whatever it is, 40. I don't know, whatever it is, that you can't be there anymore.
We'll have you when it suits us, but then we don't want you.
Far out.
And like I said, I don't mind if it's ongoing moving forward.
Yeah.
Make the rule. But the ones who've been there to get to this point are part of the family now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the loyalty, at all levels. No worries in the world about what those kids are feeling, what they're going through. Just go find somewhere else. You now carry an import rule. So now the kids are going to find it hard trying out somewhere else because they're now carrying an import rule at no fault of their own.
Far out. Yeah, that's right. That's the ripple effect of it all, isn't it?
Yep.
So you can't. Jeez.
So if these kids try at a club,
That's
in the first three sides, the first side, second, and third side, they're only trying out for 6 spots, 2 per team.
Jesus. Nah, that's super tough. I can't
Coming out of
do that.
COVID-19, that's the pressure those kids have to face to try and get into a team. And we're going back to tryouts, how hard they're going to be with numbers and all that. So they might not even get a look in because of the import rule.
Gee whiz, wow. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely flabbergasted by that. That's ridiculous.
I wrote the email 10 times
Yeah.
and had to delete it.
Yeah, well, it's one thing to be angry,
Oh,
but you just got to make sure you probably.
I'm about the people, mate. Like, you got to understand the impact it has. Loyalty.
Yeah, but it's young kids too. Like, I can only imagine how old some of these kids are as well. They probably don't understand an element of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't even really understand it being adults. He's sitting here talking about it right now, but far out.
And I'll go into detail, but it's just more about the point.
Yeah.
There's more that I'd like to just throw out right now and just go nuts. And this will go for 3 hours.
We don't want to do that.
But it's more the point of that's what's happened.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. And the fact that governing body allowed that is a concern itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I get. So I'm going to try and just put myself in their shoes.
Sure.
So they want to support their area,
The regional area.
their regional area.
Yeah.
Where they're located, their local
Which,
members.
to be fair,
I get like this is our community, but if the players already there.
no, it's just that's just the thing. I'm not worried about the new one. It's the ones who are there
Yeah.
and we're part of the family.
Surely that's maybe it's a thing going forward. So we're not going to accept going forward any
Fine.
new entrants who weren't previously with the club from outside of
Spot on.
X.
Sport. It's
It's an easy thing to do.
absolutely. Nah, just cut them.
Not
So-
not in junior sport, my friend.
They're stuck in limbo.
Yeah, right.
So there you go. And coming out of COVID-19, enough mental anguish as it is.
Yeah.
Then that was put on them.
No.
So they're the things.
That's not acceptable.
So I want, I'm not really worried I named the club. To be fair, it is, if they've made a call, they've got to be open and
Honest
and
to
stand
own
by
it. Yeah.
And I've got the right to just to say,
Yeah, we're allowed to have an opinion to say that we
spot
don't
on.
agree with that.
And they can
That's fair.
challenge me. My phone number is 0417.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Just
Hey,
give me
before
a
you
call.
give that out, this goes to many places, my friend. You could have calls coming from
That's
anywhere
okay.
right now.
I'll take the call. I'm okay to take the call.
So we talked about loyalty. So can you drill, obviously, this issue? Can you drill down on loyalty? Can you perhaps explain what it means to you? What it is when we talk about it in our sporting landscape, or maybe life in general?
Well, at the end of the day, loyalty comes down to a commitment that comes from both parties.
Yep.
So so we'll talk about club and the player, whatever.
Is it a two-way street?
It has to be a two-way street.
Okay.
I don't think it's one way only. I think the club's got to be loyal to you just as you're loyal to them, which becomes this is a treat. This is a treat. Branches go everywhere on this one.
Yeah.
But the basic core was, if I'm going to develop you for the next 2 years, I want you to be part of the future of our program.
Mm.
If you just
Not hit it and quit it.
you didn't quit it. Yeah, I understand why we leave at time because again, it's a breakdown relationship.
It doesn't work.
It's the club's going in a wrong direction for their purpose, or what might work for me might not work for you at a certain club.
Mm.
Now, I get those things,
Yeah.
but too many people are moving for the wrong reasons.
Yep. And probably having the wrong conversations when they move too.
Yeah, like they go to a club because there's going to be a certain person there, but that person might not be there in 2 years' time.
Well, that's it. Sorry. Yeah.
Look, for me personally, if the culture's not right, I leave. That's
the deal breaker for you.
I won't give loyalty
Yeah.
if the culture is wrong.
Yeah.
Do I have the right to say it's wrong? It's my view, my opinion. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
If I walk in, don't feel it.
Yeah.
I'm out. That's just how I feel. But I'll give you 100% if I feel that you're about, if your stands and values are true and you abide by those stands and values, I'm in.
Yeah.
But there's too many contradictions.
Yeah.
And once the contradictions come in place, that's when loyalty gets broken down. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So when you talk about culture, you're someone who's a big believer in certain values.
Absolutely.
So
Non-negotiable-
I think the non-negotiable stuff. So I think it's really important when you're selecting a place of employment or a place where you want to play your sport or whatnot, you want to be somewhere which aligns to who you are as a person. I think that's really important, and probably it's not something that's considered in a lot of people's thought processes around where I want to potentially play in my sport or be. So maybe that's something that people need to probably give a little bit more thought of. The other thing is, if you are probably going to leave somewhere, have the conversation too. Be open and honest around how you're feeling. If you're not feeling something's right, have the conversation, because it could just be a simple breakdown in communication, or a slight different view of philosophy, or a different way in which two people can perceive each other. Have the conversation. Well, sit down and have the conversation. Don't have a yelling match.
Yeah,
it's okay to have a difference of opinion. Sit down and have the conversation. Don't be afraid to have those, because if you have that conversation, at the end of the day, you walk away from that and you both agree that, this just isn't going to work going forward. And either party sort of can't change or align, then walk away.
Absolutely. And you got to remember too, is in hindsight, we don't know what we don't know. So if you're disgruntled as a member of my
and you don't speak up,
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't, and maybe it's my fault I missed it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my fault. I think a coach should see more, and there should be layers where the coach relates to the players, the coach relates to the coach relates to the organisation. So we all know what's going on.
Mm.
We can't let the top person know everything, because they can't know every person.
Yeah.
There should be things in place. So what I want to see more of is you'll get more loyalty and more respect if we have those layers in place where we communicate at all levels.
Yeah.
which I think they get stuck. One coach might say, "This is my team. I'm not really worried. I'm not a club representative. It's just my team."
Yeah.
Another coach doesn't discuss things with another coach. I might be a disgruntled coach because what the club doesn't offer, but not realizing, well, the club doesn't know that's what I need.
Exactly right. Yeah.
So, I'm struggling here. We'll let the club know you're struggling. Don't let pride get in. If you need help, they'll support you.
Yeah.
But also the club's got to offer that.
That's exactly right.
So if you can offer it or you open up to about how you feel, that's loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty comes from communication and connection, which creates a good culture and a great base to work from. There will be things that we do right. There'll be things we do wrong. There'll be things we miss.
Yep.
There'll be things we hit.
Yep.
But the overall concept, if we work together, you'll get loyalty.
Yeah.
But I don't see enough working together.
No.
The layers.
There's too many people have their own agendas, own hidden agendas too. They'll hold their cards close to their chest, for example, and just not engage properly.
Yeah.
Not be open and honest in that regard. Now, when I say be open and honest, don't have a verbal yelling match.
Correct.
Sit down, have a conversation like big people do, and it's okay to have a difference of opinion and really flesh that out. And you flesh out the why.
And you remember your anger, say it's you, right? So you're angry about something. You've probably been letting it build up for 6 months.
Yeah, that's right.
And me as on the other party, I didn't know it was a problem. So I've got nothing that's built up.
Yeah.
So I'm at a different playing field than you.
Mm.
You got the rage, you got the go-get. I'm just like, where'd this come from?
Yeah.
So now it becomes a reactive behavior and instantaneous response, which probably is not thought through properly.
Mm.
And then we worry about what was said. It's like when you argue with your partner. How many times you've argued? What are we arguing about? Because it gets lost in translation. All that's, and I get that. And I know for me, I'll put my hand up. I'm known to have that reactive times. I know that I've had that instantaneous response. It's been wrong timing, wrong place.
Oh, but that's no one's perfect. You're all human beings. You're not going to nail everything the first time around. Like that's to be expected.
But if we acknowledge it, and we work through it together,
that's 100% right.
That's why I think we do it here. I'm not saying that we're all great, but I think that we all know we all have personality traits that sometimes might be triggered in a certain way.
100%.
But we all understand each other. That's why we call this the TS family. We get each other.
Yeah.
I know when you're having a good day, a bad day, or an indifferent day.
Yeah.
The indifferent day just means what the hell just happened.
And families fight, Daz.
Families fight. And again, we don't always have to agree.
That's right. Yeah. 100%.
Let's go to COVID-19. People aren't having conversations, mate. They're having abusive matches.
People haven't had conversations like, we're fortunate enough to be in a studio right now, but they've had conversations over bloody video calls and whatnot. That's not the same. It's not. It's great to still see people in a face, virtually see them.
Absolutely.
But like I was saying to you at the start of the show, like when we've been doing our podcast, it felt very interviewy because we can't read the non-verbal cues of each other. Like today, we're just having a conversation, really, isn't it?
You feel the environment.
Yeah.
You feel that we're in the same place. Like if I write an email, you could read it one way.
Well, emails don't have tone.
Yeah, and I could write the email saying, but I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
But you say, but that's not how I read it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what'd you get wrong? Yeah, but if I'm talking, I can see your facial expression.
Yeah.
But a lot of things that are done now are via text.
Mm-hmm.
People text me and don't ring me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
ring me.
So you
go to Texas.
Yeah, we're going back. By the time I text you back, it will take me 7 seconds to give you the information via a phone call.
Mm.
We don't talk anymore. Even before COVID, we would do things by text, via email, and we get things wrong by the tone.
Mm.
But if you want me to talk now, I know that you're in an okay place. I know you're happy. Your hair's messy. I can see the.
I've had a coffee. Thank you, McDonald's. They might sponsor us.
But you'll know if I'm getting angry. You'll know, and you'll know where I need to control. We need to change where we're going with this conversation.
Yeah,
I get all that.
Yeah,
I just don't think, this whole direction of the conversations can go anywhere. But so to our clubs, I don't think we have enough of those conversations face to face.
Oh God, no.
I'm going to send that person an email and give them my view.
Mm-hmm.
Then that person's going to respond to that email. And then it might take 5 emails just to actually get clarity on the 25 questions I might have asked in my first email.
Yep.
It just takes too long. The process is too long. It gets drained, and then we lose traction or we lose the translation of the meeting.
Absolutely.
I'd love to be running I'd love to be
running a club
or a director of a club and just really engage with everyone.
Yeah.
There'll be an email following up on our conversation.
Yeah.
Or an email, but I'm going to call you now regarding the email.
This,
or it might
we're
be
going to talk about this, and this, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Or
so
almost
you're giving someone a heads up.
Or if it's coaches playing, okay, guys, I want you to do X, Y, Z for your plans this week.
Yeah.
Or instead of doing it in writing, I'm not very good at reading information.
No, well, that's right. No, there's those reading, seeing, feeling, touch, whatever it is. Yeah.
So I'm very good at, okay, I need to see it.
Yep.
Then, or I need to build something and then work out how I built it. It's like I'll draw the plan after I've built it. I'll do the presentation after the presentation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's just weird, but we just got to be very understanding that we all are different.
Yeah.
Players, coaches, parents, whatever. We just got to have a better way of formulating a conversation or communication, and that's where the loyalty starts.
Yeah, that's
So
how you build that trust, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting back. So basically, it goes back to loyalty is built by the connection that you create,
Yeah.
the honest connection. So if you say, look, I'm going to leave, it's still loyalty if we open up a true conversation with the meaning of why you need to leave and we have an understanding of the reason. Hey, all the best. Good luck.
Yep.
So last night I put a post up on our members page, page.
Okay.
For the guys who didn't commit to us this year, that's fine. We wish you nothing but the best. But we're now going to change this page to the ones who did recommit because for the members.
Yeah. Okay.
So I understand that people aren't going to be with us forever and people come and go.
No, things change. And look, if anything's going to change, it'll change out of where we've been.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, oh, guys, because you didn't commit, we don't want you involved. The door's always open. We wish you nothing but the best. Yeah. But the ones who have recommitted, we're going to create a members page just for them.
Yeah.
Because that's for them who are part of it. They get the content.
Yeah.
And I think that's right. Instead of just saying, right, I'm just going to cut the page and change it, I was informative.
Yeah. That's fair.
So we should do it.
What's
your thoughts on loyalty?
I've been in situations personally where loyalty hasn't been the two-way street that we just spoke about.
Yeah. So you give the loyalty and you're getting back or vice versa?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, I felt like that I've
gave your all.
Give my all. Been the best I could be, taking on whatever feedback along the way and improve myself. And at the end of the day, that hasn't sort of been returned.
Yes.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
It's very frustrating, and actually it makes you quite sad at different times.
It gets you. You start to hate what you do,
and then you hate what you do, and then you resent.
Absolutely,
you start to resent whoever that is, but you can also start to resent the environment too, and then you don't sort of see the good things that happen in there.
Correct. You get clouded by the negativity in the environment.
Yeah, you get clouded it can happen very quickly. I will say that. You can be cruising along a few months, you're loving something, and then bam, it just changes like that. And you see things in a completely different light. Look, again, I'll go back to say, look, it's human nature. People don't get things right all the time. But you can't, if you're a person of authority or seniority, you can't say, look, I need your loyalty and have it be a one-way street. Go get stuffed.
I want your loyalty, but you're going to do it my way.
You're going to do it my way. And to be honest, I don't really give a shit about what you have to say. I've been in those situations. There's nothing more heartbreaking, heart-wrenching when you're in a situation. You actually feel a little bit powerless, helpless. And you're wondering, shivers, how am I going to fix this situation, or how can I get out of this situation sometimes?
I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
It's like when you give an inch, someone takes a mile.
Yeah.
When you give more, they expect that to be the norm. No, I just give more because that's what I choose to do.
I'm that person. I'll be accommodating, and I'll be as flexible as I can be. Yeah, there's people like that, and they'll take advantage of it. Oh my gosh, yeah.
What I get frustrated and I get angry at myself that I allow myself to fall into that position. I'll give my all, and then I get upset with myself that I gave so much that it wasn't appreciated.
Yeah.
So it stews me up. I said, I'm not going to do it again. What do I do next time? I do it again with someone else.
Yeah.
I just want to give everything I've got to make them. But I sometimes got to realize that, you know what? Maybe I should just give what's required, and I'll go the extra when it's time. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
Well, it depends on the relationship. You'll know the relationship, won't you?
Yeah.
So if you have that relationship where it's a great two-way street, you're aligned in your values and the way you communicate with each other, you'll naturally go above and beyond where you need to.
Well, that's the point.
Where you identify it's a transactional relationship.
Well, maybe that's the point.
Maybe
transactional. I want it.
Well, because that doesn't align to who you are as a person and what your values are.
Because I start to think I should pull back, and once I start doing that, that means I'm not giving my all.
Yeah.
That means I'm cheating myself and the people I'm working with.
Yeah. So
that's why I'm known. So that's probably why I'm never ever going to probably coach moving forward, because I'm just known to say, well, it's just not right.
Yeah.
If I don't feel like I'm working for the club or working for the organization or working for whoever, and I'm just going to keep in the little environment I'm working with, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want integration. I want pathways. I want opportunity to create more opportunity. But if I don't see it happening, I lose interest.
Yeah.
So I'm a fool to myself, but I'll stand by my values.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with that. But again, it goes back to you got to find the right environment. Hey?
Yeah. If I think I'm not going to give my all, there's something wrong with that relationship. And I've learned that from COVID, by the way.
Yeah.
You look back at what you've done, what you haven't done, who you've done it for, and who you haven't done it for.
Yeah.
The appreciation, expectations, and the lack of certain things.
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
think, why did I kill myself doing that?
Oh, what this has done, and I think I may have said it before, is upon self-reflection, through this few month period here, 6 month period now, really.
Yeah.
Personally, what you can afford to keep and what you can afford to drop. And who are close to you, who are, want to be involved in your life, who you will have those relationships with, and who are just, unfortunately, they're just, you probably didn't realize it before, just transactional relationships.
And that's why the most meaningful thing of COVID is how time precious is. My time is precious. So
yeah, I don't think we realized.
I got no time, and I hope this comes out right. I'm a family person.
Yeah,
I've got great kids. I've got a lucky family,
my
wife, and
you got a great family.
But also understand that with times I sacrifice my time with them because of what I think I can give for others to make a better overall thing, right?
Yeah.
So what people don't realize is the sacrifice you're making. Now, I shouldn't use the word sacrifice because I did a post on the soldiers. I don't like the word sacrifice.
Yeah, well, we had Remembrance Day.
I don't like to be fair.
And we talk about sacrifice. Yeah. That's the ultimate sacrifice.
Well, obviously, I'm wearing a mask. That's not a sacrifice. Those type of things. So I don't like that word. So I want to try and find another word. But that word, that meaning, is my time that I give up for my own family. I'm happy to give to someone else. But as long as I understand what I'm giving up to give them.
Yeah.
And sometimes that gets missed.
Yeah, that's right. No,
vice versa. And if I've done to others, I'm apologizing up front, in advance, in the past, whatever.
Yeah.
I know we're all done it somewhere, somehow to someone.
Of course.
But I'll give you my all. But as long as you know what I'm giving up to give you my all.
Yeah. I was saying that to Beth. Well, I think we literally had the conversation yesterday or the day before. We were sitting down, we're going, as things, we're slowly realizing things that we're starting to come out of things patiently, but I said, I can't believe for me over the past 6 months how much more present I've been with my own family, not having to run around after basketball, all those sorts of things. I've been home. I've been driving my family absolutely insane because when I get a little bit bored, I get a little bit cheeky and I try and push buttons for my own probably entertainment value a little bit.
Love it.
Yeah. If you could have a trade in COVID, I probably would have been traded out for, a few weeks at a time.
And they would have paid the fee as well.
They wouldn't pay the fee, no. Yeah, I've been able to be present. When I'm with my family in the past, I'll be present, but not. I'll be there, but not present. I'll be thinking about basketball. I'll be thinking about this player or this relationship with this person. How can I be better? Or how can I get the best out of this person? Blah blah. Yeah, absolutely.
And how good a feeling is it when you're present?
Oh, it's great. I felt like I've actually been able to be who I thought I wanted to be with my family.
That's been my downfall this week. Even though I've had a great week with back energy.
Yep.
I've gone back to not sleeping because I'm thinking about tomorrow, schedule, how we're going to do this, how we're going to do it. Because I'm worried about week 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm not worried about it next week. It's a great week this week, but next week's a concern.
Yeah.
Week 3 is a concern. So I'm worried about all the things I wasn't worried about in COVID. I was able to sit, relax, and be present.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure that I stay present.
Yeah.
I need that balance.
You need to put things in place.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this just started up, so it's a bit of an adjustment period as well. So maybe just don't be too hard on yourself just yet. If you're 4 weeks, 5 weeks down the track and it's still the case, well, maybe you need a bit of a slap across the head.
And that's the thing. But I'm known for that, where I think, it's just for now, but I can't. I've got to ensure that I do start to control that.
Yeah,
I am known to give more when I don't have more to give.
Yeah, like
I was paying free with the body for a while, which I've got this condition, but I'm hurting again.
Yeah.
But I'm off the meds, by the way, so that's the thing I'm trying to balance. But
yeah,
mate, I was resting for 6 months, which I've never been able to do like that. It was just resting with, I'm not being in hospital for that rest. I'm actually able to rest with just not worrying about getting up tomorrow, not chasing this. But we've got the balance. But that's what we've got to be careful of. That we've gone in from 0 to 100.
Yeah,
we can't stay at 100.
No, that's right, 100%. Yeah, you can't do that.
Not 110%, 100%. Yeah, no, we've got to go because we talk too much. Hey guys, by the way, I've got to get on court in 9 minutes.
Have we gone for nearly an hour? Have we? Wow, there you go.
So, guys, I'm sorry we're going to go.
Yep.
CS is opening up. We've got kids coming in.
Yep.
Training is about to begin. It's a full house today for our 5 hours. It's sold out, so it's great. Azza, love you. Good to have you back in here, mate. It's good we're back face to face. I love the real feel of connection.
Yeah, heaps different, isn't it?
And
heaps different.
You're banned if you don't get a haircut next week. Simple as that. No haircut, no show, no haircut, no
imagine
show.
if my appointment, my haircut gets cancelled or something. I might have to go back to video. Hey,
all right, well, guys, we're out of here.
See you guys.
Much
Look
love.
after each other.
Hope you enjoyed our whatever the conversation was. It went in different directions, but we're back. Love it. See you. Enjoy. Always stay safe, stay well, stay strong. We're coming back to some sort of normality, but the struggles are still real.
Yep.
The hurt is still there. There's still some pain to come, but together we'll do it together. If you're struggling or feeling down and out, let's reach out.
Yep.
All right. Much love.
Yep.
We're
See you
out.
guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Take care.